I literally just talked for a good 5 minutes straight without ever turning the camera on. Okay, I have no idea what I said before, 5 minutes ago even. But we're gonna take two, try again. And I'm gonna try to look at the camera instead of me. I don't know why that's so difficult. Anyway, let's start with, okay. I live in a building, high-rise apartment building with 210 apartments in it, all of which are filled with elderly or disabled people, all single occupancy apartments, meaning every single person in the building lives alone. Since they closed the community room and the little library room, people are going out of their minds with boredom and lack of contact. I totally get that. It's like solitary confinement now all of a sudden up in here. I get it. I do get it. Which is really why I'm sitting in a McDonald's parking lot right now. I went through the drive-thru just to get myself and my dog out of my apartment for a little bit. Anyway, so yesterday I actually came out for a bit too because I went to Joann's Fabric to get some either cloth or some bandanas, which I did find bandanas, some cute ones, to make those little homemade masks that you see all over YouTube and Facebook and everywhere. And so while I was out, well, when I came back from being out, I pull in and there everybody is, just gathered around the smoking section. The smokers and the non-smokers, sharing pizzas. And it was a very sweet thing. Someone bought a couple of pizzas, a couple trays of pizza, and they're all reaching in and grabbing and sharing pizza. And they even brought a little folding table out, and they're all huddled around. And I'm like, people be stupid. I mean, these are the people that are in the most high-risk group. These people be like coughing irregularly every single day of the year, coughing and choking because of lung issues. And, you know, obviously being in the smoking section doesn't help. But now the smoking section is filled with everyone because it's the only place people can go without being caught on video camera, because there's video cameras in all of the common areas of the building. So if they hang out in the lobby, they're on video, and that, you know, and then they get a warning not to socially, you know, to social distance and stuff like that. So you know, the other reason that this bothers me is not just for their safety or mine even, but that is the way that all delivery people with food, delivery people with packages, all medical workers that come to the building to help people, they all come in that front door area because that's where the phone system is by the door, where they can, you know, call each apartment, and the automatic doors will open for them, because our apartment is like wicked tight security. And there's a door in the back of the building, but you have to have the key fob to get in that. So anyone delivering something has to walk through this gaggle of people. Deep breath. It's the issue of, you know, I understand you don't care, you're not taking this seriously enough for yourself, but maybe you should take it seriously enough for everybody else. And I'm still looking at myself in the screen. Anyway. Okay, so, to add on to this, oh my God, my neighbor across the hall, oh my God, okay, she's crazy on a good day, like pre-coronavirus, she's got issues. She's a very intelligent woman, so she's not by any means, you know, unintelligent. Wow, my vocabulary rocks. She just has some very old-fashioned ideas, and sometimes I don't think she thinks about things before she says them out loud. I was with her when she took me, I drove her to pick out, she wanted to pick out a dog. She wanted a dog like my Jeffrey. And I went online and I told her they don't have any at the Humane Society. I've looked, they don't have any small dogs. And she said, well, I want to go anyway. Okay. I drove her there. She has her own car, but her car's much older than mine. So to save on mileage, I was going to go with her anyway. I figured I would drive. So we get there and she leaves with a cat. No, I get it. I mean, I do get some people are like both cats and dogs equally, and, you know, that's fine. That's all good and well. Except that now she keeps saying, I still want a small dog. I wonder if they have a small dog up there. And maybe I could trade the cat back in. Yeah, that's how you get blacklisted from getting an animal from the SPCA. Yeah, no. 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 Deep breath. Okay. Again, this conversation is pre-coronavirus. She calls me at 12:30 at night. I'm sleeping. She wakes me up, freaking out. Oh, God. I can't even tell the story without, like, okay, so she went to, like, a grocery store, and they had English muffins, 2 for 1, so she bought 2 packs of English muffins and put 1 in the refrigerator and 1 in the freezer. She is currently using all of my internet streaming services. I let her use them. I let her sign on to them. So she's up now, like she's like all night long, like watching movies. She's so excited. So she's like, I figured I'm in the middle of watching a movie. I'm gonna go get a snack. So she goes to the kitchen, and she pulls out the pack of English muffins that were in the refrigerator, and there's only 5 in the pack. So she calls me and says that she believes the new maintenance man came into her apartment and stole an English muffin. Now, friends from overseas, I don't know if you know what English muffins are in America, but they are dry little pieces of crap with what we consider nooks and crannies. And they are covered, both sides on the outside are completely covered with these teeny tiny itty bitty yellow seeds. And I only mention that because you can't even look at an English muffin without getting seeds all over the counter or the floor. Okay, so if there is no evidence, if there is not a trail of evidence on your counter to say that someone took an English muffin out of that package, then the package most likely came with 5 in it. There was probably 1 missing. Maybe that's why they were on sale. Maybe there was just like, you know, it was just a mismatch. That stuff happens all the time. It's like, you know, it's 45 minutes for me to calm her down, or at least get her to stop blaming the new Mexican maintenance man for stealing it. It had to be him because he's Mexican. This is a black woman talking to me. I don't understand why certain black people in my community are so prejudiced against Mexican people or Hispanic people or whatever. I mean, it doesn't, make any sense. I don't I don't I don't I don't get it. I don't get it. She refuses. His name is Moses. She will not call him Moses. She calls him Marco every time she sees him. And she knows his name. Just skip to today. She calls me to tell me that she had to ride on the elevator with Marco and another person. She had to go down to her car because she had a case of water in her car, and she went to bring it up to her apartment, and 2 other people got on the elevator with her. And I'm just sorry, but there are, again, let me say, 210 people in this building, and we have 2 fairly small elevators. Yeah, so there's gonna be other people on the elevators. And she was mad that they didn't all have masks on. They weren't all wearing gloves. Now, we've got conflicting advice here because the governor of Pennsylvania has suggested that everyone now wear masks. And the doctors in the community are saying that if you're sick or if you have an underlying health condition, you should wear a mask. Everyone else just needs to be social distancing. And I told her if she took a ride in that elevator and nobody sneezed or coughed or touched her face, she's fine. Like, I cannot convince her that this is not airborne. That she's not going to get it just by breathing next to someone. I can tell you, like, a dozen more of these little silly stories that she'll, like, she'll text me at 8 o'clock in the morning to tell me some story about something that Trump said on the news. And I'm like, oh, save me from this. And here's the thing that's like, okay, I realized at some point that I'm quite likely her support person. But then the truth is, I'm really not. Because during every conversation she has with me, except for the English muffin one, and only because I was the first person she talked to because it was late at night. She didn't want to wake anybody else up, apparently, but waking me up is fine. But every time we have a conversation and she's like freaking out about something that is nothing, that's like nothing. I mean, like really nothing. And then I just, calm her down and say, smack a little truth on her and, but do it sweetly so that I don't hurt her feelings or make her feel stupid or anything. The conversation always ends with, yeah, that's what my niece said. That's what my twin said too. I don't know her twin's name. I've known this woman for over 2.5 years now. I don't know her twin's name. I know it's a girl. I know her twin is a girl, but she doesn't ever use her name. Just my twin. My twin. Proud to have a twin. It was fine. It's just, an odd thing. Whatever. Yeah, she was supposed to move out April 1st because there's a brand new complex that was built a few towns over, and she was on the list. She was on the top of the list to move into it as soon as the construction was finished, and it was supposed to be finished April 1st, but I think it got delayed because of, coronavirus. So she is still here. And I think even when she leaves, she's still going to be calling me and telling me new crazy stories. And yeah, yeah. But, she's going to have to learn to share the elevator. She's just going to have to learn to share the elevator. I told her her best bet is to use the elevator during those times when she would normally be texting or calling me in the early morning hours or the late evening hours, because that's when there's nobody around and she wouldn't have to share the elevator with anybody. I didn't say it like that, but I wanted to. Yeah. Yeah. And that cat is now totally my responsibility. Until the, until the stay-at-home quarantine process, whatever, she would regularly go on like church retreats for a week at a time, or go on vacations with her family, or her family would go on a vacation and she would stay at their house and watch their kids. And so like I'm that cat's like second mother. I have the scars to prove it. Sweet cat, but she doesn't take care of the claws there. They're sharp. Let's just stick with sharp. I'm trying to use less bad words. Holy mother of God, I've been talking for 16 minutes. Okay, bye. That's enough.